So painting too. When you are working on your collage, you will eventually need to adhere it to the board or adhere it to canvas. And so you have to think about what kind of materials work best. A lot of times students start with like Elmer's glue and like glue sticks, and then they find that sometimes Elmer's glue has so much water in it that everything sort of buckles. Or they use glue stick and they find things peel off or like edges kind of curl up. And so they're like, oh, this isn't exactly what I want to do either. So what I have is a couple of options for you. This is a great product. It's called Double Tack Mounting Film. And this works really well if you're just gonna like collage something and stick it and be done with it. It's actually what I used to adhere this dictionary page down to the board, okay? So what I'm gonna do is show you how I use this. I'm just using scrap, and I have a lot of scrap. The scrap is good for small parts, okay? So what I do is I just kind of rough cut what I want to collage, and I kind of do the same thing with the sticky tack because I don't want to waste a lot of this because it's kind of expensive. And so I just kind of roughly cut them about the same size, okay? And then this is the hardest part, literally, is peeling the corner so that you can get one side to be sticky, okay? So if you don't have fingernails, sometimes I use the tip of an X-Acto knife to do this, okay? And so what I do, like I said, is I rough cut it, and then I adhere it down, and it's very sticky on one side, so you only want to remove one. And then what you would do is either use an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors to carefully cut out what you want to cut out. Okay, so carefully cut out what you want to cut out. And then once you kind of carefully cut that out, you're going to remove the back side of the sticker. So that's basically what it makes, is it makes anything into a sticker. Okay, and this might be the hardest thing, is just getting the second part off. Let me try at a different spot. All right, this obviously might happen to you too. Okay, I don't normally like to fold the whole thing, but this might be the only way to get this off. With your fingernails, with your razor blade. Well, it's good that I struggle, because then you see that you might struggle too, right? Let's see. Now let's see if my old eyes. If not, I will give up and let Sydney help me. But basically, like the frisket film, you want to, you want it to peel apart so that you can remove the backing. Yeah, here. Let's see if you can do it.
I think I can.
Okay, so it's gonna lay down, and then you would just lay it down exactly where you want it, okay? Now, the other stuff that you can use Elmer's glue. I actually like Elmer's glue. You just have to be careful not to use too much of it, but you can also use products that are made for collage, like Mod Podge, right? You can use like acrylic, gloss, or matte media. It comes in all different brands and all different forms. These kind of work as glue. Now the key with these things is that you want to make sure that you coat both sides, because this is the stuff that's going to protect your imagery as you kind of put it down. So like, let's say I have another collage piece here that I want to adhere onto this. Cindy, it's hard, right?
I keep accidentally peeling the image instead of.
I was having the same thing when I grabbed the X-Acto knife. Maybe I'll be able to get this extra piece I didn't want in a second. Right? So I got to adhere this. And this is actually kind of nice that this is kind of like wrinkled a little bit so I can show you. What I did is I put some Mod Podge in another container. And the reason I did that is that I find that sometimes when I use it out of the jar, I get glue all around the outside edge of this. And then the next time I go to use it, I can't open it. So I always put the glue in something else. You are welcome to just use mine. And what you want to do is decide where this is going to go. And you want to paint a little bit of it on the back side. And it's okay that this stuff gets onto the surface that you're adhering it to, right? It goes underneath, and then you give it a coat on the top side. That's gonna glue all the little edges down. And so what I do is I put a little bit as I go, and I just kind of spread it and adhere it as I go, so that it doesn't lift up. And this is going to prevent things like wrinkling. Did it not work?
No, I just popped it.
Okay. Okay. And so this will adhere it all the way down, and then you just let it dry before you do anything. So let it dry before you paint on it. Let it dry before you do anything else. Okay? Also, with the sticker stuff, let's pretend we got it. Okay? Let's pretend the sticker is down. Okay? If I want to draw or paint on it, I've got paper. You got to coat it. So you want to use Mod Podge, okay? Or a gloss media to adhere it down, right, thinly, so that you protect it. So now what you have is a plastic coating, so whatever you layer on top of it will not get hurt, okay? So